coming across the horrible tentacle dick known as Vosk, who got green in the face by some well-placed Eldritch blasts. We engaged him in a pretty good battle, taking out his forces pretty quickly, though not without many of us going down and up and down and up multiple times. Not talking about anyone. Wolfram, Skybor. And then Voss did his mind blast thing again that froze me in place. Didn't get to take a stab at him as much as I wanted to, but I did hit him with a few good magical blasts. And then Lorna slapped me in the face while I was stunned. Gonna get her back for that. Well, anyways, after that, we met another one of Merlin's followers, Solana. She gave us a bit of information on some of the gifts of Merlin and what she had done down here. And we went around trying to figure out who was gonna accept this power, and almost unanimously everyone said this was gonna be mine since it is my homeland. Quiet, Skybor, you're not here. But anyways, shortly after that, and I received this circlet. Very beautiful one with amethyst jewels and everything. We exited the portal back to our home plane, and with Kimlo, we went to see the giants and to rest there before we made the long trip back to Minzo. When we got to Minzo, however, the city was more open, and along the way we saw the Driders were more in defensive positions. There were no signs of the Forgotten, and the city seemed relieved. But anyways, shortly after we were leave, we ran into Tanir, and we showed him the head of Vosk. And then we went to see my mother and my sisters, who after seeing that, think we might have a chance of getting something really good done in the upcoming council meeting. Oh, well, whatever happens, it's going to be fun to throw this head on the floor. Also, I turned Anika into a cute little chinchilla. Lorna's next.
Oh, fuck.
That should be the first thing I draw, is the chinchilla scene.
Yes.
Excellent. All right. You guys still hear me okay? Yeah, I hear you.
Sweet.
So, you guys did finish the conversation along the line of talking with your mother and your sisters, to convince them that joining with the surface is truly in the best interest of Minzo, as as all Fantasia kind of needs to kind of band together and take out this darkness. You guys had a good night's sleep. You got up and you headed out for different things in the morning. I can't remember who all said they're going to the council, and two people said they were going to go do their own thing.
Wolfram and Skybor are going to just walk around the city.
Are you guys walking around the city together, or are you guys going to check anything out, or anywhere specific?
Nothing comes to mind at first. It's just walking around, taking a look around the city before we head back to the surface. At least that's what he's hoping he's going to after this.
Okay. Well, I didn't know if you had that order in for that whip, so I didn't know
Yeah.
if you were gonna check
Yeah.
on that today or tomorrow. Um, but right now you guys are just walking around the city, checking things out, just kind of mingling and seeing how everything is. You're not you're not going to inspect anything. You're just
Yeah,
going
we're
on a
just
stroll. And
Yeah.
Wolfram, you're cool with you guys traveling together, or did you have something else specific that you wanted to do? Wolfram, you there? I asked if you are, so you want to, Skywalker said that you and him are just going to be walking around the streets. Are you, okay, I didn't know if you wanted to do something specific. So Curtis, Lorna, Anika, and Faye, you all wanted to go to the council then, right?
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Okie dokie. So, you guys all are grouped up again. Where did we leave off? Did we leave off in the council room or on the way to the council room?
I believe on the
we hadn't
way.
got there yet.
Okay. So you're traveling with your sisters and your mother and who else was there with you guys? I think that was it. You guys make your way through the courtyards of the cities up to the area where you guys are. The council all convenes at. The architecture and everything seems very familiar. Why can't I hear the music? It's just throwing me off so hard right now. I just need something to make sure that my headphones are working because I'm freaked out about it. No, that doesn't really work. Shit. I don't know. Sorry, guys. I feel like I'm doing a shitty job right now. You guys are walking with your family, Faye, as you guys go through the streets. You approach the council chambers. You walk in, and all the familiar people are there. You see the house of Andre, Fane, and your family immediately takes their seat. And they are kind of all circled around the room. And where do you guys want to go? Do you guys want to walk to the center? Do you stay in the back? Or I imagine you guys are sitting in the center to start talking or presenting your stuff.
I mean, I'm following Faye, so whatever Faye does, I will follow.
I'll lead everyone to where we were seated at the last time we were here.
Okay. So the you see that the house Vondre is looking a little bit more pleased at your audience than House Fane. You guys also will notice in the room several the guards that you are used to seeing. You see some of the elite guards kind of posted up just for defense, and everyone's just kind of looks like they were kind of mid discussion upon your entry. And as you guys sit down, you see also in the room Tanir and Ezekiel from when you guys first came to Menzo, on sitting on their their respective house side. So Tanir sit with Andre and so forth. And you guys sit down and where's the character sheets? I'm sorry, there you go. And then, so when you guys sit down, Matron Jure will say, "So, you guys are still alive. I see not as many of you as you guys left."
The other two didn't want to attend the council meeting.
Well, they didn't really seem like they were enjoying our conversation last time either. So maybe it's best that they didn't. So I heard the news. I heard from those on the front lines and on the watch of the city. Is it true that you guys have accomplished your the task that you were given?
We did, and we also accomplished a bit more than what we originally set out for.
What do you mean? This is from Lady or Matron Fane.
Lorna, bag.
I open the bag and toss the head into the middle of the table. Let it roll a couple of
When
beats.
when it lands, I minor illusion purple sparkles coming off of it.
Well, okay, so Lorna,
We bring
you're
you the
throwing-
head of Vosk.
All right, you guys threw this to the floor of the room?
No,
Or on
in the
table?
middle of the table. Or,
Okay.
yep.
Okay. You do that, and some of the male guards kind of smirk at this, and Julina and Lady Julina of House Banray, Bonray, and Lady Zilvra and Niall from House Fane both kind of smile at this kind of grotesque display, and then the purple sparkles just kind of throws them off.
I just wipe my hands of the gross whatever.
Lady Jeray is very pleased with this. She goes, I would expect nothing less from Bon Ray and those that choose to travel with one.
Well, it was no problem for us. We all knew what we were capable of and what we could do together.
I see. And then Larnus will speak up and say, it seems that this is Matron Bon Ray. She stands up and says, it seems like the immediate danger is subsided, but this is no time to count our victories and move on. There's still a true, imminent threat of the Forgotten. They'll replace, leaders and those their armies as it continues to grow. We need to take action.
Yes, we've seen on the surface this as well as down here. Even if Vosk is gone, they can just get someone else to take his place. The threat might be subsided for now, but they will come back stronger than they were previously, and they won't make the same mistakes again. That's why we all need to be ready.
And
What we did out there was not just a drow fighting for her house. It was a group of allies from the Underdark and the surface working together to accomplish a goal, something that needed to be done. Essentially, to survive this threat, the Forgotten, they won't forget this defeat, and they will come back. What we need, and I hope we've proven this strength by how we work together, the surface and the Underdark need to unite against the Forgotten threat.
And then after after you finish that up, your point, and you see that the room seems very receptive to the words that you're sharing, Faye. Larnus, actually, you can kind of see her catch herself nodding to herself about the words that you're speaking. It seems that you guys are making very good sense, but you are getting just this deep hatred and brooding coming from Matron Fane Halil. She's not, my hatred's probably too strong a word, but she just doesn't seem receptive. Your family is very much so on the same page with you. Vondre seems to be more in the balance, but mostly in agreement with you and your family. But House Fane just looks unconvinced. So as you continue your presentation, eventually Lady Halil, or Matron Halil, will speak for she goes, how long until the surface could go back to their ways of, attacking us and becoming our enemies?
Well, this alliance is going to have to be built on a trust that each side wants to survive.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Being among the surface, I saw their distrust of me, of having to drow amongst their mist. Even then, I kept working to try and win their trust. Eventually was able to get them to see I was not there to harm them. This is something that will take time. It will be something both the surface and the Underdark will have to get used to. Yes, there will be growing pains, just as any alliance goes through. But in the end, this is something Merlin wanted to see done. He wanted to see the Underdark and the surface united. We are stronger together than separate.
She, actually, make a persuasion check. With advantage, because, the head is sitting smack down on the table and sparkling purple.
23.
23, dang, nice roll. The ladies of House Fane are starting to kind of really show what your words having an effect on them. You don't know if they're completely on your side, but they seem to be wanting to hear you out. Your matron Halil does seem to be affected, but she still is not completely convinced. She will respond to you a little bit, like you kind of threw her off a little bit. Like you just tell she doesn't carry her speech with the same elegance as when she initially started talking to your group. She says, but the surface does show a great sign of weakness in trying to reach out to us below. And while we owe you and your friends a debt of gratitude that we shall continue to honor you all, your friends, besides just you, Lady Faye, into Benzo. But I think that this is a perfect opportunity for us to band together with those that are against the Forgotten and really take over the surface once they have completely killed one another off. Our walls have proven that they can't break through, and with you taking the fight against the Forgotten with your surface allies, I think that you guys can make work of Forgotten while we rebuild what has already been destroyed.
You say our walls are impenetrable. That may be true for now, but we did see something on our way to where we were going. The Forgotten were recruiting earth elementals, beings who could dig underground, and fire. That's true. Beings who could travel through the ground. And sadly to say, if they get enough of them, they can break into the city. And it would be an attack on the home front in the walls. The defenses would be worthless at that point. They they knew that Vosk was planning that. And if he was planning that, that means their leadership was planning that.
Vosk was a fool, though. He knows that, or he should have known that we've been planting, or we have such great wards to prevent the attack or siege from the city. Quill has failed and will continue to fail against all its efforts against the surface and you and your friends. I do have faith in you, Faye, and your friends. You have proven yourselves to be a force to be reckoned with, but I think this is the best time for Minzo and all the creatures that you surface have, striked against and almost tried to exterminate us from your beautiful, pristine world. I think it's time that we align all ourselves together and take back the surface and take the fight against the enemies when it's in our best benefit.
Pardon me, matron. Questions. Are you suggesting that you sit here behind your fancy walls with magic and other defenses I don't know about, while the surface, who, as far as I know, hasn't ventured this far down in the Underdark in centuries, since most of us have been alive, except for, of course, you and some of the other elders here. And the surface fights the Forgotten and eventually wins, and you do nothing? No glory? But then, what have you earned? What have you done? Other than sit here and say, ha ha, they didn't get us. But then again, you didn't get them either.
Once the war is completed, they'll be too weak to defend themselves against us. While we sit here and bide our time, we can strike back while there's very little left of them.
How noble
There's
of
not
you.
a lot of honor in this, I agree, but...
There's no honor.
If
Lawrence
anything,
is really
it's
fuming right now, and she's...
So what you're suggesting, matron, is Minzo takes an act of cowardice and hides.
I believe she's also just suggesting that Minzo, or the Minzo she envisions, become the scavengers that she believes the surface sees them as. Not the warriors that have withstood an assault directly from the Forgotten, but, the ones that managed to scrape by.
The true cowards they
I
are.
don't like how she sees your home, Faye.
It's a shame.
Mm-hmm.
And here the council up on the surface wants to make an alliance with the great warriors of Minzo, the brave warriors that have stood for centuries. But you want to hide against the wall as a coward?
Come out when convenient, when everyone is won or lost, but fought bravely.
Lady Jeray will cuss me back. He goes, while I do agree with you, while I do agree with you, Lady Halil, I do not think Minzo are cowards, and there would be great triumph and victory if we could fight back the Forgotten, and perhaps this would start the amend process between us and the surface world. Lady Lorna says our walls are, we've defeated the enemy for now. What if they come back? And then Matron Halil responds back to your mother and says, the walls will hold. Nothing can penetrate this. Nothing can dig from beneath. He can bring all the earth elementals that he thinks that he can fight us, but we will stop him over and over. And you eventually hear the familiar voice from behind Lady Halil's back. And it's Ezekiel, and he goes, "You're pathetic. You mocked the enemy at your gate and struck a deal with you struck a deal with the enemy, and you only did it because you feel safe behind your walls. Now the enemy is gone. You don't think you have to honor your word anymore because you have such misplaced confidence in your walls." And then she kind of whips around. She goes, you don't know what you speak of. He goes, say no more. And he is kind of last. He goes, do any of the other matrons know that matron Halil has been working with the Forgotten, trying to work an arrangement out with Minzo in her own safety? And Larnis
That
and
agreement-
Jure are completely shocked right now.
Tell me if I'm wrong, Faye, but wouldn't that agreement require a unanimous vote of the council? How'd she plan on getting the other two?
That's a good question.
I'm fairly
sort of
certain your
scoffs
mother would
at
have never
Ezekiel.
gone with that.
Well, that's not the point. Nah, it was a horrible idea. It was before I thought there was no more chance for Minzo besides maintaining our independence and saving our citizens.
That
I didn't
shows a lack of judgment.
It
I
does.
Very
didn't
lack of-
expect that Faye would come back and, and with you all accomplish what you did. It's kind of unlikely.
Oh,
Yet
you gave
we
up.
Stand here.
You gave up. You didn't trust there'd be those willing to stand up and fight.
You wouldn't. For the people of Minzo who needed it. Despite how poorly every one of us has been treated here.
Yes. The fact that you all have slaves still boggles my mind. I somewhat regret fighting
Very.
for your city.
Make a perception check for everyone that's in the room.
Good roll.
Faye and Cronus, you notice that Ezekiel is approaching a little bit closer to Halil while Halil's kind of turning around looking at the rest of the room, and you hear him as he walks closer. He just speaks up as well. Right when he gets basically right behind Lady Halil, he speaks loud. He goes, "It's an unfortunate situation indeed, but Quill always collects on the deals one way or another. The deal is shut now, and you feel safe behind these walls, and that, my dear, is a facade. And you, on the other side of Lady Halil, see this black, jagged blade pierce through her abdomen.
No. No. God damn.
And at that Lord, you're killing me. I'm trying to keep my composure here.
I'm sorry. I knew this was going to happen.
And at that time, you see this white kind of billowy smoke start to shoot from the collar of his armor and swirl a little bit till it gets to the center of the room until you see a kind of a smoky, misty vision of Quill standing before you. And let me get a picture of that.
Oh, it's the guy from the dungeon. Oh, how'd you like that Eldritch Blast to the face, by the way?
That was oh yeah, from the first mission, you mean?
Yep.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, let me get back to that. So you say, okay, so he appears to be all right, so you say, yes, you're shouting that to him?
Yep. And I'm calling him a coward for running away.
He laughs. At this time, you see Ezekiel, his physical form just kind of collapse to the ground. With those perception rules before, you can tell that he is still kind of breathing, but he is like knocked out. What did
I would like to cast detect magic. I will activate my Eldritch Sight to see what kind of magic is going on.
Okay. This is going to be well, you're detecting, you could tell that it's cosmic magic and stuff. This whole forgotten thing, mist that he's doing, that cool shit. But you're also picking up, what would supernatural kind of magic ring in as?
Supernatural. That's a good question.
I mean, if it's a hallucination kind of thing.
That would be illusion,
Yeah.
but then
It's, yeah, basically paranormal, I guess. You're feeling that kind of magic. Kind of radiate the room. He goes, I'm no coward. I simply came for what I needed and needed to get back to more important things, such as resurrecting the Empress. But I will give you and your friends a little credit. You become more than just a nuisance and something that I plan to deal with. And he looks around the room at the rest of the matrons, and the elite guard have sprung to their weapons and are kind of darting to the middle of the room. But they're kind of on guard, protecting the other matrons, and kind of just terrified what's going on. And he goes, he looks at the rest of the room and goes, Empress or no Empress, you always bow to the forgotten. And your failure to deliver does not excuse you from our arrangement.
I throw a
Your
spear.
walls... You what? I'm sorry?
I throw a spear.
You throw a spear?
Right in the middle
All
of
right.
the speech.
Okay. Let's do this. I love it. All right. Shoot, I need to change.
Anyone standing behind the image of Quill?
I mean, he's on the middle of the table,
I will
yeah.
put you on a map here in just a second. I'm sorry.
Whoops.
ooh, we got a map. That's terrifying.
My plan is if the spear goes through Quill and there's someone behind it, I want to try to redirect the spear.
I wonder if dispel magic could work.
Probably. However, he's talking. That may be useful.
That is true. Keep him talking.
That's why I
Okay.
haven't tried to dispel it.
So you all see the room right now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and do this. And you will have advantage on this spear throw because you're going to get the element of surprise, but we'll do a normal initiative. Or I'll let that action go first, and then we'll do the initiative. So
Okay.
go ahead, everyone roll for initiative.
Oh, shit.
Whoops.
We don't have a cleric. Or a druid.
Oh, thank God I have advantage.
Sorry, I thought you were going to give me a lot more of my villain monologue off.
Sorry.
Nah.
So I had to switch what things are information is available to you now.
I'm sorry.
It's alright.
I'd like to cast Shut the Fuck Up at 3rd level.
And just think, there could have been important information from that monologue.
And now we'll never get it.
Yep. This is Lorna we're talking about,
From
though.
this source.
I face problems head on.
I'm
That's it.
completely teasing. You guys were doing great. I was wondering how long it would take. I honestly thought Faye was going to do it first.
I was
Oh,
playing...
I was thinking of just casting polymorph and turning him into a chipmunk.
I mean, you can do that after I shoot him. But I mean,
And then ask, where's the biggest pit we have that's more than 300 feet? And then just drop it.
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead. Lorna, you go first. Roll your attack for your spear, and then you can take your turn as you wish. You can do an attack, or you can just die or talk, whatever you want to do.
Okie dokie. 24.
Definite hit.
So it says
And-
javelin, but it's the same as a spear. Yes. And?
That's fine. And I did not mention this, but Faye and Lorna, your the stuff you're wearing, the Merlin rings on your fan braces are glowing green. Faye, your net or the circlet, the gems on her are just radiating amethyst style too.
Oh, cool.
All right. The spear goes through. It does hit and then goes right into his body, and just pierces it. But you see, instead of like ripping flesh, it's almost like crackling stone. It looks like. Now it's the top of the turn order. What would you like to do?
I am going to. Oh crap. So I know last time I said that I was dressed in like fancy clothes. So I don't have any of my weapons, but I did bring the bag of holding because of the head. So it has all the stuff in there. So that's where I got the spear. So I'm going to pull out a short sword and run at him, but I need to add it to my character sheet.
Okay. I would like to do stuff, but I need a moment.
Yeah. I mean, I'm proficient in almost everything. Yeah, martial and simple weapons.
All weapons, yeah, you're fine.
Yeah.
The only thing you can't use is a gun.
Yeah, that's it.
I
Like,
just saw your post.
all things that swing and stab. Huh?
Yeah, we're good. I am going
Oh, there's a
to.
one.
Oh fuck yeah! I'm gonna jump onto the table in my dress, yelling, go into a rage, a frenzied rage, and attack him with the short sword. Maybe.
Okay.
If I could do this right on the first fucking try. There we go. 26.
That's a hit.
And extra attack again.
All right. So, how are you striking like over the top of the sword, like swinging down? Oh, you're attacking
So-
again. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah,
That's it.
so I'm gonna like run up, jump on the table in my dress, kind of like spear him through the center, and then drag up. That's kind of what I imagine I'm doing with the short sword.
Okay.
Yeah.
So as soon as you're spearing it and then going forward or up. I should say.
Yeah.
So go ahead and do your second. That's at advantage, right?
Yes. So natural 20, so that's 18. Plus the 11.
Okay. So as you spear him and rip your blade up and then come back down to slash through again just to continue the momentum of your blade and body. Instead of the flesh, you see a huge kind of gash of like crackling stone and clay, it would seem. And when you do that, you see this kind of white glowing light kind of radiate from the open wound that you made.
Okay. Okay, that gives me an idea. Thank you.
Okay. Is there anything else with your turn?
No, that's my turn.
Okay, and I'm sorry, this is boring without music. I need to put music on.
It's not like there's just a battle in the middle of a council meeting.
Whoops.
Skyward
Right.
Wolfram are just walking around having ice cream.
Okay, sorry. Here we go. All right, and so the Elite Guard are going to go charging forward too, kind of following your lead, Lorna. This one stops by. Actually, they would actually probably try to position themselves in front of the royal family first. Okay. All right, and they're going to follow you and attack at him. With their crossbow. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 shots coming. Holy shit. Okay. All right. So they release, tons of shots out of their hand crossbow, rapidly reloading and firing it again. Succession of bolts fly across the room, but only 3 of them seem to make direct purchase into Quill's form, and again revealing more cracks and stone-like texture to his skin, allowing more light to kind of radiate out of his body. And that's going to bring us to you, Faye.
Alright. My hand starts glowing green as I just bring it up and I throw out this darkish green bolt at Quill as I cast Blight. I need him to make a Constitution saving throw. That is good damage on that. He'll take 22.
All right.
Half of it. Just still
He'll take
really
22.
good.
Okay, as your spell kind of wraps around him and he feels, you see his body flinch. This is the first time you've seen his body truly jerk from any kind of reaction. He seems to be affected, or wincing, I guess, in pain to some capacity.
I almost want to ask if he's made out of a magical plant, because then that would change things.
He's not made out of a plant.
No, but it does not instantly kill him.
I mean, it would deal maximum damage, and he would have that 10 instead.
Okay.
I don't know if we should tell Skybor that Faye can kill plants now.
No.
And I'll just move there, and that's my go.
Hello?
Hi.
Okay,
Hi.
I got disconnected again. That's fine. Perfect. So, okay, that's your turn. Brings us to you, Anika.
Okay, so I saw at least 3 different people hit this dude, and 2 of them have keys. The ones that hit him that didn't, did it do the same amount of damage as when Lorna and Faye hit him, or did they seem to do more?
Make a perception check, followed by a medicine check.
Okay.
It happened pretty quick to make truly register what just transpired, but with a high enough medicine check, you do seem like it is doing different. He's reacting differently to the amount of attacks that he's received.
Okay. Then I'm gonna try out a new spell I got. Eldritch Blast him twice, or try to. Assuming that second one hits.
What? Are you a warlock now too?
Oh, it's from a feat.
Fuck me. I gotta do a 2 of you assholes now? Alright.
No, I
The
only
first
have
one
Eldritch
misses,
Blast,
the
don't
second
worry.
one hits.
Yeah. And he gets like a little poop, or boof. And then I'm just gonna move over here.
You slide to the left and point over at Cronus, like, Sam.
I'm just kind of like, your turn.
Okay,
Anika, you
Cronus.
want to try blasting them together next time?
I think you two may be doing a bit more damage over there.
All right.
Eventually, yes.
So do I like? Is there still smoke, whatever, coming out of Ezekiel?
No, it is all kind of like, manifested into this quill structure in front of you, this quill creature.
All right. I guess I will. I'm actually gonna move over here. And then I'm going to throw 2 attacks into him.
Okay, go for it. Hit and hit, sir. And that's with your upgraded numbers, right? You did that in roll.
Yeah.
Cool. So, bam, bam, both slam into him. Anything else you like to do?
Bonus action. I'm going. Is it dim in here, or is it like brightly lit?
It's fairly. I mean, it's brightly lit by torches and stuff. What are you trying to do?
I was just gonna shadow step away.
If you went to the very edge of the room, no, because there's gonna be torches around there too. It's pretty well lit. You could get maybe within this ring between pockets of shadows and dimness. This kind of circle that all the characters are making.
All right. I'll use a key point to bonus action disengage.
Okay.
And then I'm going to step in front of her, since it seems like a lot of the other people have somebody standing in front guarding them.
Okay. All right, that's going to bring us to Quill, who is going to look at you, Faye, and Lorna, and just briefly touch the cracked skin. And he goes, "Yes, nuisances. You all in need of being dealt with." And then he kind of sticks his hands out to each side of him, and closes his eyes and start to kind of chant some words to himself. And that is going to end his turn. Brings us to you, Lorna.
Oh, fuck. I'm gonna attack him 3 times.
Okay.
Or do I do that thing?
Do the thing!
Do the thing! Okay, I don't know if it's possible. Can I see in the cracks, is there like a center of that white?
I'm sorry. In the center of what? Oh,
So-
yeah. In the center of the cracks, you could see some of the white glowing light.
Okay. Can I try and grab whatever is in there if I think there's something in there?
I mean, it's not that open. It's like you'd have to almost like punch your fist into the crack to like crack it open wider. It's about the size of a normal sword gash. It's just that it's radiant light. Is that what
Okay.
you want to do?
Okay. Cool.
Like it's not like a big like.
No, it's not like I can
Opening.
see the source of it yet. Okay,
Correct. Yeah.
cool. Well, then I'll just attack 3 times.
Okay.
I wouldn't know if I could do that unless I asked. So, short sword, 310. Recklessly.
Okay. Yep, and yeah.
Cool.
So what do we got here? 2, 10, so 12, 14, 21, 28, 30. 30 points of damage. Holy shit. Okay.
And that's with a short sword.
Shoot. I didn't do it right. So you slash with your sword over and over, and then as your final blade blows into him, now there's like a big crack and opening, like hole in the side of like just the brittle shell of him just collapsing to the blade. The white light is just kind of pouring into the room now. It's completely lit up around all of you. But you see this smoky structure still kind of maintain that humanoid form of Will. Is there anything else you want to do? Is that in your turn?
That ends my turn.
Okay. This brings us to the elite guard. They're also going to go ahead, attack more shots. Where are they at again? Here we go. Holy shit, they're way better this time. That's a lot. Okay. The bolts start piercing into the remainder of his shell, and you see bigger chunks and blocks starting to fall off of him. That more of that light pouring out in the smoke is now starting to kind of fill the area within the 10-foot circle of him. Actually, let's see here. Let me see if I put an aura on him. Don't worry about it for now, but I'll do it when it's not my turn. 10-foot aura, like the smoke pouring out of his form as he continues to hold his hands pointed out to this left and right. His eyes do not open from his trance right now, and he continues to chant as he receives all those blows. That brings us to you, Faye.
Okay. Let's do something very fun. I'm gonna, for my bonus action, I am gonna cast Staggering Smite. Which, hold on, let me show you which. Come on, Roll3, I want to show them what the spell does. Well, let me get the info card. Basically, yeah, I'm gonna include. All right. Well, I gotta hit him. He doesn't make the wisdom save yet.
Oh, what do you mean? Okay, I'm confused.
Basically,
It's a smite, so she's got to hit him and then it activates.
Oh,
Yep.
you have to declare it before you attack. Got it.
Yep, because it is a bonus action to activate it.
All right, go for it.
Okay, so let's have some fun. Come on, roll 20. 25 to hit on the first hit.
Yep.
Okay, let me roll the smite down. And then he can make the wisdom save.
All right, so
He can't take reactions. He has disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls.
he can't. All right, let's
The
see.
end of his next turn.
On a field save, it has disadvantage on attack rolls. Reaction time. Okay, but he can still do stuff, though, right?
Yeah, he can
Yeah.
still attack.
This is not all at a disadvantage. Okay.
And now my extra attack. Which is a
Okay.
crit.
Jeez. Okay, 22, 10 more points of damage. So 10 and 14 points of damage, right?
So that's 13 plus 14. That's 27. 37 total.
Wait, what? 11 plus 14 points of damage, that's 25.
15 for the first weapon attack, 14 for the smite, 10 for the crit.
Got it. Sorry. Do. Got it. All right. Perfect.
And
So-
actually,
Right.
on that last one, I will burn a slot to do a Eldritch Smite to make him go prone.
Okay.
Let me roll Eldritch Smite, because I'm a smite machine.
Only Faye really wants to go into a third multi-class as paladin.
Holy fuck.
I don't have the strength for that.
I was kidding.
Well, I thought I gave him too much HP. I was worried about that, and now I'm happy I fucking did. All right. Yeah. So you smash into him again with your attacks and weapons. More of the stone shell of his being is completely just been crumbled. Now you just see this smoky kind of humanoid form. There's no real body or texture to anything below the neck. All he has is this kind of fractured neckline. His eyes still, again, remain closed, unopened. He does not fall prone, though. He stands. His smoky, forgotten form just kind of remains standing and focused.
I'm just gonna smirk, be like, "Oh, that was fun, Lauren. Let's keep hitting this guy. He makes a good pinata."
Gladly.
Anika, it's your turn.
Yeah, I really don't like that this pinata is just standing there. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Whichever matron this is, I'm going to stand in front of her. I'm going to tell her to back up. To just hold my flute to my lips, and I'm going to hold a Dispel Magic, because I'm pretty sure he's about to do something, and I don't like it.
Okay.
So I'm holding until he eventually casts something that I think is about to happen.
Okay. Just to save you your turn, in case I'm following these rules kind of wrong, if it is a... Never mind. I'll wait till I get there so I don't spoil anything, and then you guys can say, "No, Silent, you're wrong. That's not how the rules work." Cronus, it's your turn.
Alright, I'm gonna run back up to him. And bonus action, flurry of blows, and I'm gonna hit him 4 times.
Okay, go for it.
Alright, there's the first one. I'm gonna assume that's a miss.
Yeah, that's a... second
21.
one is a hit.
I'm gonna apply stunning strike to it.
Okay.
And I believe it's a con save. Yeah, con save of 15.
Doesn't seem affected.
Alright. And I will hit him 2 more times.
Okay, 14, 10, 15. Those both miss.
Alright, and
So-
then
Oh,
I'm
go
gonna
ahead.
use my movement to back up.
Okay. So are you swinging for his smoky form, or were you kind of going for the shell of his body?
I was going for the rocky form that was left.
Okay, so perfect. So I'll say your hands are going after him. They seem to be like kind of tearing through the mist of his form and missing. So it looks like you feel like you're hitting, but it's just not taking purchase on his form. The one hook that you throw up towards his face collides with the shell of that remains around his head and his neckline. It completely shatters it, the whole lower right portion of the face. So now where you basically see the completely white form, and you only see the cracked outline of his one eye still remaining closed and still maintaining its position. Which then brings his turn, and the one eye that remains open finally flashes open, and now that he doesn't have a real traditional mouth, it's kind of like this spiritual echo booming voice in the room. And he says, "Your walls will not protect you. We will take everything that is that belongs to us." And you just start feeling the tiles in the room start to tremble and shake as the walls also continue seem to rattle. Candlesticks and fabrics are shaking in the room and falling from their mounts. This is kind of echoes through the city, and you can feel this kind of vibration flood away from the room. Skybor, Wolfram, you start to feel this almost earthquake feel throughout the whole city. It feels like something's like digging from underneath, but the first thing that probably comes to your mind is that big giant purple worm. But this massive scale of vibration even seems a little too large for that worm to generate. And soon you all start seeing misty smoke pour from the cobblestones. And you see the spiritual forms kind of summoned into the room and in the streets.
Well,
I'm gonna
fuck.
say that's my trigger.
Totally. Go ahead.
Mhm.
This is.
I'm
So-
assuming this is higher than 3rd level.
Yeah, it's like a. So this is what I was like. He's basically summoning these spirits using cosmic magic and whatever that would kind of fall into the School of Magic. I'm sorry, I'm being a horrible GM right now. I just don't know what school that is. But he's trying to summon these creatures from the Forgotten Plane, basically.
Summoning would be conjure.
Perfect.
How to spell that? I'm confused.
Can you dispel summoning?
It says choose one creature, object, or magical effect within range. Any spell of 3rd level or lower ends. Each spell higher, I have to make a check with my spellcasting ability. So I'm assuming I can try to end the spell? Since it's a magical effect?
You could probably dispel one of the creatures, not the entire spell. I would think that'd be more counter spell, wouldn't it be?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm wishing I would have put some in the
Could I do that
in the
as a
circlet, but
Yeah, you can do a counter spell if you want. It would. So what's the? It's 10 plus whatever the spell level is, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
So go ahead and cast that. I just don't know how he's gonna be. It's weird because it is using cosmic magic too, and you really can't deal. Just go ahead. Let's see what you roll.
25.
25.
I'm sorry, it's 40. 40 was the DC. So
Okay.
I mean, the highest
Okay.
regular spell DC could be 19, so
Yeah, but it is
I
cosmic
think-
magic. But even then, increasing the DC more than that, past the 25 right now, because he didn't upcast it.
Nope.
Yeah, no, that's successful, but he's still going to maintain concentration. So you didn't stop him from casting the spell, but you definitely have slowed him down from what he's intending on doing. So let's do this. They are not here, so just kidding, guys.
So I had my flute to my lips, but sensing this is something different, I pointed at him, and like a purplish pink bardic magic just shoots out and stops whatever was about to come out of the ground. And I'll just say, kill him, please. or
Working
stop
on it.
His eye
Mhm.
is completely, his facial expression is basically just what's left of his face is just complete, utter anger. And he looks at you, Anika, just completely pissed off right now. And he said, like I said, a nuisance. Lorna, or did you want to say something, Anika?
No, I just kind of wave and then give him like a finger gun with my left hand.
Lorna, it's your turn.
Okay, can I see the thing that's making the light?
It is just his being.
Okay.
His complete form.
Awesome. I am going to do my first attack. Recklessly Great Weapon Master. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Before you make melee attack, heavy. Oh, it's not a heavy weapon. Can't do that. I'll just do 3 regular attacks at advantage.
I mean, you already have advantage.
I mean, you can still reckless him.
Nah. It's normal. It's just Faye.
Hit.
Yeah. 13, 12, and 10. So 35 damage.
All right. And again, your gauntlets are still radiating that green aura from the symbols of Merlin. Are you shooting? Are you striking at that what's left of his head, or just going for blows against his body?
You know what? Probably the head to stop him from talking, and to probably knock him down, because I know that's a good piece to cut off.
Okay.
And that's my
So you feel the blades going through, and again, you've just shattered what was little left on his face of that clay skin. Shatter away. Now it's just this white humanoid being form in front of all of you. It still's got the white tiefling horns in the shape of Quill, but it's just this featureless white body in front of you, with no facial expressions or discernible features. Anything else with your turn?
No, that's all I can do.
All right, the guard will take up their weapons here, and they're gonna shoot the crossbows and again, the same thing, staying in front of the royal family. So 1, 2, 3, 4. The arrows hit, and some pass through. And let me go ahead and do some damage here. Okay, so 18, 26, 34, 39. Okay. All right, and that ends Sarah's turn, and it brings us back to you, Faye. Oh, shoot. Yeah, your turn, Faye.
All right. I'm gonna attack him 2 more times, and for my free action in my offhands, I am gonna take out Scorn. So I'm gonna use my action and bonus actions to attack him.
Okay.
All right, let's do this. First 2 attacks.
Both hits. Wolfram and Skyborn, go ahead and roll initiative. I'm sorry, I don't think I ever asked you guys to do that. All right. So hit, and those were both hits for 18 points of damage. Anything else, Phil?
You know what? Let's all in. I'm going to burn my last spell slot for another Eldritch Smite.
Can you do that after an attack, or is it done before?
It's just when I hit, I can do it.
Okay, go for it.
Kaboom!
Yeah, that'll do it. You, Lorna and Faye will notice being up so close, you feel like you guys, your attacks are doing, or you feel like your attacks are having an effect on him, but the attacks you see from others on his white form does not seem to be doing as much damage as it felt when they were attacking his clay shell.
Interesting.
Sorry, that was 24 or 22? 22 more points. Okay. Is that your turn?
That is everything.
Anika, it's your turn.
Yeah. I'm gonna try this. I don't know if it's gonna work, but I don't like what he's doing.
Okay.
A wisdom save.
Where was? Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Almost all of my stuff is wisdom save, so I just automatically assume it. Yeah, he passes.
Okay. Does it do anything if he passes, or no? It's just a complete fail.
Yep.
Okay. Anything else with your
So,
turn?
well, shit. Still gonna try and tell everyone else in the room to get out or to back up.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know you were talking to the family. I thought so. You're trying to get the royal family out of there.
Yeah, I told the matron behind me to back up when I got there. Now I'm telling everyone else to move.
Because I did not hear you correctly, I will go ahead and back these guys up. And everyone that was standing in front of someone, you can adjust your position in the room if you wanted to. That was a misunderstanding on my part. Okay. Oh, that's why I wasn't sure. I was like, I thought there was 5 of these, and I was like, oh, I'm using Tanier as an elite warrior. That's why. I was like, what's the 5th guy? Anything else you guys want to do?
No, I'm good for now.
Arnis, it's your turn, sir.
All right. I will run up here and try to punch him.
Okay. That's a miss.
Do it again.
Hit. Okay, you feel like your blades are not doing as much as it was felt originally when you were hitting him, but you still feel like you're doing something.
All right. Bonus action, I'll do my unarmed attack.
Okay, that's definitely a hit. All right.
That's for 9 more, and then I will back up.
Okay. That brings us back to him. He is going to. The smoke is filling the room even more now, radiating from his body. He is going to again. He goes, now, before I was so rudely interrupted, I had some friends to join us, and he continues to shake. The town is still vibrating and shaking this whole time, but this time you see the smoke start to come and pour out of the blocks one more time. Anything you want to do, Nika?
Excuse me. And I do the same thing, but I cast it at level 4, so
Okay.
it doesn't do much else.
So 4, that helps
Because
you.
I've been
how
moving
so?
it's above that. Nothing. It use a different spell slot because I think it's still.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's 2.
Well, that will still help, but go ahead and roll a d20.
Yeah.
22. That's
What
pretty good.
the fuck is going on? Okay.
I
Picked
mean,
the
bards
wrong
are the
people
best
to screw
counterspeller
with.
in the games.
All right.
Bards are the best counterspellers.
I don't want to have to send the real deal next time, but this is pissing me off. So again, he starts summoning, and then again it dissipates, and he just darts back at you, and he can like, "You will pay for this." And then it's your turn, Lorna.
Get in line.
Okay. Does anybody have a great sword? There's nothing else she can do.
A sword or something.
Something better
Uh,
than
Something
piece
bigger
of
than
crap.
that.
One of the elite guard will offer up his blade to you.
Okay.
So you shot that to the room. The most of them speak undercommon, but the one seems intelligent enough to understand what you were saying. He reaches over to his side and he launches it over to you, and you have just a basic greatsword, plus one greatsword.
Awesome.
Yes, you have a great sword now.
Yes. Okay. First attack. Great weapon master on this thing. I don't.
Oh shit.
Yes. So that will be a -5 to this attack. Oh no! That was with advantage.
Oh.
Try again.
That's okay. First attack.
Try again.
Second attack. Great weapon master. Subtract
That'll
5.
hit.
22.
That's a 22.
Okay.
22 is a hit.
So that will be
27.
37. Oh yeah, 27.
27.
27.
Because you add 10 to that roll.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Yes.
It took right his health and put just 27 in there. It's okay. I knew what it was.
No, it's totally 27. Shush.
It was totally 27.
Yeah.
All right.
Totally.
Okay.
Is that your last attack?
No.
Okay.
I have one more. I'll do the same thing. Great weapon master attack. Come on.
Risk it for the biscuit.
Yes.
Oh!
Okay.
Yes.
How would you like to
That's
do
like
this?
Oh! Yes. Okay. Hold on. Compose yourself.
Let's just see what the damage is real quick, because this is funny.
I am curious.
Plus
That
another
is-
Can I
10.
make it 45 or 35? Because does the
35.
great weapon double or no?
No,
Okay.
great weapon does not
No.
double.
Still a lot.
But still. Okay. So she's like, I need a bigger sword. She gets tossed when, with that toss, she kind of like slices up, just barely misses, swings it around to hit him in his side, and then her last attack, she kind of like brings it around and like down the front of his chest.
And you see this, instead of like places where you'd see like blood spray out, where you're very used to feeling that warm spray of blood in the face after such a move, Lorna. Instead, you feel this bright, actually you feel like warmth. It's still warm. This radiant light kind of crack out of its already shimmering form. This is like a super bright light that streaks into the room, and then more and more light starts to streak out of his body. You see this kind of featureless form reach at its chest where the light, where the blade strikes were, and he kind of, the head tilts towards you as it becomes lifeless. He goes, I will have what is mine. And the whole form just essentially starts to shatter, and this huge light spirals around the room, and it hits everyone in that white circle. Well, shit, you guys can't see that, can you?
No.
Nope.
Oh, yeah, that probably been good to show you guys. Can you see it
Oh.
now?
Yeah.
Oh, it's only us.
It's okay.
That was the smoke
Why do you
going
think
out in the
and you
room.
had everyone backed up? Because you didn't like this.
Yeah, we'll be fine, Lorna.
Yeah.
And I need you guys to make a con saving throw, both of you.
Okay.
We're gonna die.
I'd like to use my fate token that I still have.
I would like to use a luck point.
Yes, Lorna, go ahead and use your fate token.
I am being lucky. I am using one of my tokens.
Okay.
Oh, give me 2 for. That gives me 2 more for the day. Okay. I'll take the 15.
Faye, you feel the light pierce into your heart. It feels warm. But as that warming sensation continues to grow, that warm kind of turns more to a heat, into like a burning feeling, and you start to feel like your flesh is on fire and start to melt. The light is just kind of searing into your skin, and you feel you take 21 points of damage, and your health, until other means, is permanently reduced by that much.
Wait, what?
As of right now, your health is reduced to 21 points, and it cannot be healed at this time.
It's by 21, not 221.
By 21, not 221.
That puts me at 48.
That sucks.
But we are in a major city with matrons that use high power magic, so I'm pretty sure we know how to.
That's why I think it's. I don't. I kind of said it the way it is. I feel like it's gonna be a short-lived problem for you. Okay.
Yeah.
And the form disappears, and the room kind of returns to normal with Lady. Let me try to stop the music. Sorry. So you're in this room. The shaking has subsided. There's nothing rattling. Wolfram and Skyward, the streets have resumed to normal. People are kind of like trying to figure out what the hell's going on, because it feels like this with an earthquake and with the magic that they have warding the city. It's a very uncommon experience for the villagers outside this room too. And you all are in this room with the lords and ladies that remain.
I look at the rest of the.
I cough up blood.
That too.
Oh.
I look at the
Who
rest of the
thinks
people.
your walls are gonna hold?
Something doesn't feel right, but that can wait for later.
And if this can happen, this is why you can't just stay in your own walls. This is why you have to join with the surface to defeat this army. Not just sit here and twiddle your thumbs, hoping that your walls will stay.
I'm fairly certain your floors were not about to with whatever he was trying to summon.
Lady Jure had fallen in the abrupt struggle to kind of back away from Quill, and she kind of pulls herself up, dusts herself off, and as you say that, Anika, she kind of smiles at you and whispers gently, not across the room, and says, "Thank you."
I'll whisper back in undercommon, "You're welcome."
At this time, Lady Matron Martis looks like she's about to speak, and your sister speaks up instead. Faye, this is not Jelena, but your more quiet and reserved sister, and she kind of shouts with her small, kind of mousy voice and commands the silence of the room. Quiet, still very quiet, but very boisterous for this person that you are kind of caught off guard, Faye, and she will shout to the other ladies in the room and say, "The houses can no longer allow Menzo to sit quietly and wait. I believe that Lady Faye would best serve as a champion of Menzo away from the city, and with her friends at her side, I'm sure they can accomplish anything. And this would be a horrible time for us not to join the winning side of the war for once, to maybe reestablish our homes and build a new future together. If we could if we could put our differences aside with the Driders and rebuild that relationship, I can't see what else is in store. You all are exceptional. And she goes, I think we should make this alliance with the Surface. And Larnus and Jelena both nod in agreement, along with the other ladies. The only person kind of in reservation is Matron Jure, and she kind of sits there pondering, not angry, just really trying to make the right decision. A few moments go past, and she looks at you, Anika, and you, Lorna, and Faye, and Cronus, and kind of just meets each one of you in the eye as she's kind of coming up with formulating her thoughts and her words. And she goes, if it weren't for all of you, I'd probably be not that much different than Matron Halil, looking for alternative options to save my citizens. Though I agree that her cowardice ways is abysmal, but she was not completely wrong. But seeing what you guys can do, all of you, I think I need to place my faith in. We need to plan for that new future together. And so she will agree. And all the house is in agreement now. And Matron Larnus, your mother, Faye, will say, I think, Lady Faye, you could be the champion of Menzo, and I think we should have a presence on the Council of the Surface World. Please take your sister Lay and whoever ladies from these other houses that wish to represent Menzo. I'm sorry, she addresses the matrons. Send whatever daughter you feel best suitable or most suitable to go with them to the surface to represent Menzo and continue or start to foster this new alliance. Jelena will whisper back to you, Cronus, if this isn't the time, but I see that I was a little wrong about my sister, and I'm no longer angry with her, and I feel sorry for potentially crossing her when she first came back. So Larnus will motion to you, your whole party, and say, take with whoever on you that you need to make your adventure swift back to the surface. But perhaps you should let us know who you think from House Vondre and House Fane should go to the surface.
Don't believe some of us know you well enough, but I would say to send your most temperate person. I doubt people who make these alliances with mean to cause offense, but it's very easy to accidentally do. They're so different.
Are you saying this to Larnus or Lady Jure?
I'm saying this just kind of out loud.
Okay. The Jure kind of smiles again to the words that you've spoken. She goes, well, who of you two will be the most well-behaved? And both the daughters kind of smiled at this kind of break from all the seriousness in the room. And Nadika kind of looks at her mother and she goes, well, I guess that counts me out. Luro, this one's on you. And she gently nods back and kind of walks the center room to kind of take her position. Faye has already been chosen by Larnus, and then, Lay. And then Zilvra looks at Niall like, Niall, there's no way in hell you're going. And then Zilvra kind of steps over to the center of the room. And these are the three ladies of the houses below that would like to join you back to the surface if you should have them join you.
They are more than welcome. I think having a voice from each of the houses up there will be very welcome.
Yes, I hope we can keep communications between the surface and the Underdark clear and frequent, but I do fear that we might lose contact or be behind in staying in touch what you guys' plans are. But please do not stop from sending messengers down here to keep us in the loop of what you guys, how things are coming together, or what you need from us.
Speaking of that, on our way down here originally, we did find something. I don't know if there's more of these. We found this golden sheet of paper. It appeared to, when we wrote on it, appeared the writing would disappeared. Perhaps it's a way to stay in contact through long distances.
That's exactly what it was.
Lady Jure, like, oh my goodness. May I see that?
Yes. And I'll take it over and show her.
Oh. She kind of will run her finger along the ripped edge. She goes, I have not seen something like this in a very, very long time. And she kind of looks at the writing. She says, Thalia, or it still says when you originally got the sheet. Says, Thalia, why did you run away? We miss you from Vixen. She goes, Vixen. That is the last person I remember seeing something like this with. And she will say, where did you find this?
On someone pretending to be Thalia.
It was in the possession of 3 night hags.
Then I fear the worst that Vixen feared came true. I don't think she was impersonating Thalia. I think she used to be Thalia. And she kind of looks morose. She goes kind of just upset for the news that it was really her, this other matron or lady of significance in House Malarn, lost her mind. And she tells the story of how her daughter disappeared in the middle of the night when she turned 13. And at that time, Benzo had been under attack quite frequently, and children were kind of being taken in droves. This was back at the time where the Wicked Covenant was really in its prime, where children were being stolen from the cities all the time. She goes, I know exactly how this works. She takes, she rips a little bit of the piece of the paper off of that paper, and she folds it closed and unfolds it, and it's a completely unripped piece of paper. And she takes a quill of ink from near her, and she starts to write a message on the paper that she has now, and the paper that you guys have now has the same writing that she's written. And she just says, "You just write back to me, and when we see this page, we can write back and forth messages."
Of course.
This time the guards are kind of lifting the still breathing Ezekiel, but he seems completely unconscious. The guards kind of start ripping off some of the armor off of him and pulling away because they're trying to see where the smoke came from. And eventually, after ripping his shirt open, they see this this kind of white handprint on the center of his chest.
That's not good.
That's not good at all. Seems he...
Wonder if his brain is still his own.
That's a good question. There's only one real way to find out.
I don't think I'm going to help you with that way.
Yeah. We don't... I wish there was a way we can figure it out without having to kill him.
Is there?
Some of the soldiers are trying to like smack him in the face to wake him up. Eventually, one of the priestess-looking drow kind of walk over and place their hands upon each side of his head, and you see this kind of glow appear as he eventually gets a little bit of help and wakes up, and his eyes seem to be groggy as he kind of looks around and he just seems so confused, like, what happened?
Not plan on telling anyone you joined the Forgotten? Or were we just supposed to find that out after you killed us all?
You knew I spent time with him while I was a slave, until they enslaved me and threw me on that god-awful boat.
I don't remember you having that mark on your chest. Do any
Would
of
you
you?
have taken me with you?
And obviously, it probably would have been a good idea.
What would have been a good idea? To leave me behind?
Oh, I think Menzo would have 3 matrons if we did.
That is true.
He looks at a little bit. He's like, I'm sorry. I would have never bargained for my life if I really thought there was hope against the Forgotten. But I know that there is now. If you give me a second chance, I can't help it. I didn't know he was going to do that to me.
Insight.
Go for it.
I don't believe that's our decision.
He can't really tell if he's being truthful or not. But you don't get. He feels pretty sincere in his words, but you can't tell if it's all an act or not.
I don't believe it's our decision now what happens to you.
It's really not. You helped contribute to the murder of one of the city's matrons.
He kind of shouts to his defense under restraint, saying, "That wasn't me. That was Quill."
Doesn't make you any less dangerous.
It doesn't make you any less guilty. You still made a deal out there. How can we be sure he's not using you?
Can we be sure if we leave, we won't come back to Menzo destroyed just as it was about to happen, 5 minutes ago?
Yes.
Yeah.
He starts to like fumble over his words a little bit and speak to you guys, but he eventually just kind of stops rambling and stuttering and drops his head down and looks down at the ground and goes, There's no way you can believe me. My cowardice deserves this punishment, and I do apologize, but I see no other way besides, you have to deal with me.
If it matters, I forgive you. For now. Just don't do anything else.
Mael walks over to Ezekiel and she goes, "You fool. Why would you leave the house to begin with? Like, you had this all coming your way for the way you've acted. I cannot save your life. This is up to the other ladies. I think House Fane, under the light of information that's been shared with us, has lost their position to vote on this matter." And then Sylvarnus and Jelena and Jure and the rest of the ladies in the whole kind of like, you all traveled with him the longest since he has joined the Forgotten. It's your decision, and we will carry out his justice based on what you guys decide.
Look at Anika, Cronus, and Lorna. What do you three think? What should his fate be?
Unfortunately, we can't guarantee that he's not still working with them.
And unfortunately, I don't think we know another way to make sure he's not. And I don't think this is a situation where his past deeds influence what just happened. Sad as I am to say that. Unless there's some greater magic that can dispel that hand on his chest, for sure, I don't think there is an option. Not a pretty one.
No, we can't guarantee it.
Larnus will speak up, like, Ezekiel, what do you know of what just happened here, and how did this come to be? And he kind of says that, you know, they were going to put him to slavery and kill him until he made a bargain for his life, which then Quill placed this enchantment or blessing upon him. He didn't tell me exactly what would happen, but obviously he had bigger plans for that blessing versus a simple gift. So I don't know if we can do it again. I don't know if it's something that's going to happen more than once. I just don't know. And I really want to lie to you guys and make a good case to save me, but I know I don't deserve it. But if you were to give me the chance, I'd like to redeem myself.
I look to Faye like, I don't think it's possible at this point.
Yeah, unfortunately, just as you admitted, you don't know if he can do that again. We don't know if he can do that again. What he did, especially just now after he was vanquished, he did something that hurt. There was a shearing pain. And whatever he was summoning that Anika put a stop to, who's to say it was not good?
He wasn't even here. Not really. I don't think we can actually risk anything. Him being here for real or him popping up through someone's handprint on a chest.
Exactly.
Yeah. We can't risk you being a conduit for him. For all we know, he's using you to listen in on us right now.
Exactly.
And if he is, fuck you, Quill.
I think war is about making tough decisions, whether to actually have hope or to destroy someone when you don't want to. Another option. And even if there is, it's not tested.
Ezekiel will kind of look at the ground and in a very slow and somber voice just kind of say, I understand, I really do. It's a tough decision for you to make. And he kind of abruptly kind of shakes himself loose from the guard's arms real quick. He kind of steps back, grabs the blade on his, one of the guards that was holding his belt, and backs up to the wall, and he points the blade at all of you, kind of in a defense, like he's going to strike at anyone that approaches him. And he goes, it's a horrible decision that none of you should have to make, and I am sorry. And he then turns the blade towards him and just cuts his neck and falls down against the wall and just kind of bleeds out.
Yep. Well, at least
I'd
you
like
know
to check
it.
his pockets.
Yeah. Can I check his pocket? No.
Probably not good in here.
No.
Well, he made the decision for us.
At least he saw it.
And in the end, he...
As redemption, maybe.
he did choose to help Minzo out at the end.
Larnus and most of the room kind of collects itself and calms down from the bloodshed. Larnus will look to you and say, please take a guard with each of you ladies, and the rest of you may please, or you may take whoever you need on your journey. As soon as Minzo begins to rebuild and defend its walls and its tunnels, we will send help to the surface as soon as possible. As soon as you send word back to us that this alliance is in effect and that we won't be attacked once we come to the surface.
Of course.
Tanir will volunteer. He goes, if you'll have me again, friends, I would love to rejoin you and take this fight to the Forgotten.
I smirk. I'd be offended if you didn't want to join us.
I'd be actually really concerned.
Yeah.
He kind of that throws him off, but he just smiles and nods, and he is happy to join you.
And I don't suppose that we could spare some guides that could get us around the lake with the Swahagan that probably want to kill us all.
Larnus will nod. Anything you guys need for your journey, you may have, and whatever you need. Basically, the city will provide whatever you guys want to take with you.
Perfect. A little bit of healing potions, a couple things to get us through the ride. Sunlight.
It is going to be quite bright up there.
I know. Alright. It's lovely down here.
Yes.
I'm going to...
So I will. Is there anything else you want to do, or do you all want to kind of reconvene with the rest of your party and decide who all or what all you're bringing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We should probably make sure the other two are okay.
Yeah, I'll see if one of the matrons or priestesses can fix whatever it is Quill did. Because Faye doesn't feel right.
You do spend some time with the priestesses in the room, and they struggle for a little bit to figure out exactly what's wrong with you. Maybe an hour's worth of studying and trying different kind of spells or incantations, till eventually they are able to lift some of the effect of his attack. And they kind of look at you, and after all of the studying, they kind of surmise that it will, upon rest, it will eventually become better and better for you. But go ahead and restore half the hit points you lost from that one attack.
What's half of 21?
Just restore 10, or go ahead and do the 11.
All right, that'll put me at 59. That's all right. That's good for now.
Around my total hit points. That is my total hit points.
Hey, don't let me forget when you're like, hey, how does it affect my hit points every time I take a long rest, every time the night goes down?
I won't. I'll remind you.
It's going to be like the magic missile wand all again. It's like, is it dawn yet?
Well, is it dawn?
Not yet. All right. So you guys eventually make your way back to the house. Skyward and Wolfram, you guys have seen a lot going down when the city's shaking and everything. What do you guys want to do? Do you guys want to make your way back to the house a couple hours later, or is there anything specific you'd like to do?
I'll swing by the weapons shop and see how the whip is coming along.
Okay. Nizana kind of greets you when you enter the shop, and she goes, "Oh, shoot, it was Skyboy, right? I made some more progress with your whip. I think by tomorrow I should have this done. If you come back tomorrow morning, I'll definitely have this ready for you." Actually, he shows you kind of the work. It's got this nice ebony kind of wood handle, and you see this black kind of leather whip, traditional kind of whip, spiraling up. And near the end, it kind of tails off a couple times, and you see some of those what are the little pointy part, not the fronds. I can't think of another word for it, but the kind of the hooky teeth that are attached to the tentacles of the purple worm that you found, and they seem to be kind of like starting to be stitched and weaved into the leather tails on the tips of this whip. Barbs, thank you, Wolfram. Barbs.
Coming along nicely. Keep up the good work.
This should be really something else once I can get it to you. Must thank you for the opportunity to work on something so creative. When you severed the tentacles, you did a fantastic job.
Thank you. Well, get cracking.
Okay. So, Wolfram, is there anything else you want to do? Otherwise, I imagine you guys eventually make it back to the estate and in your normal living quarters. And correct me if I'm wrong if there's anything you wanted to do. So back in your quarters, you now have your friends, and they can kind of share the news of what's going on. You all can decide what you guys want to do. How do you want to travel back? Do you want to go across the lake and deal with the creature in the bottom of it? Go the long way, but faster now that the Forgotten's mostly out of your way. You guys discuss. I'm going to run the restroom, and I'll be right back.
That was an amazing adventure we had, Wolfram. How we time traveled and fought that Goliath. It was crazy. It was so epic, we shall never speak of it again.
I will not believe us.
Is that because you'd have to make it up on the spot, or you just kind of forgot it?
Was it like a trip where your memories got stolen, or?
Do you have some of those mushrooms that Cronus had again?
What about the mushrooms?
Wow, it really does have memory loss.
All right, I'm back.
Right.
We totally
So-
discussed what we were doing.
We totally discussed our plans and not asked if Skybor was high.
Yeah.
I vote not the ship with the monster that wants to kill us.
I agree.
Probably not
Okay.
a good idea to sail across.
I'd rather take the slightly longer way with things that we know we can fight that might try to kill us, but with guards. And maybe
Isn't
Tridor
it-
if we're lucky.
Longer
That
than
is
just
true.
like it's like quite a bit longer, ain't it?
It'll take a
It was like
It was like an
week.
entire week.
a week to go around, and it was a day to go straight across.
I will point out we almost died last time. And
Is
we
there
had
no
to have
one-
a tribute.
Is there no one in the city that knows how to teleport?
Faye?
Um,
I mean, we
the
could-
s- are the sisters with you, or is it just your group right now?
I think it's just us
I'm
right
assuming
now.
They're with us?
Okay.
I don't know.
I didn't say, and if you guys weren't wanting them to be invited back, then we could totally make that happen. But we never said, so no, they're not.
I think that may actually not be a... That's probably a really good idea, Skybor.
I could ask my mother if she knows of a teleportation to the surface that could get us there quickly.
All right. Well, will we leave tonight or in the morning?
I would say let's get some rest and leave in the morning.
My whip
I'm
should
gonna
be
look
done.
at Lorna and ask her if she wants to go find a bar fight.
She just looks at you and grins. Pulls out her sword, like, yes.
Oh,
have a
Lorna,
bar fight here before, or was that at the Dragon Pub?
I was at the Dragon Pub.
We haven't claimed our domain here
Not
yet.
here.
oh,
Yeah,
Lorna, but before you go, you want to see something cool?
You know what? No,
I'm not
it's
careful.
okay.
Last time she said that, I got turned into a chinchilla.
I know, that's okay. I run out of the room.
As she does, I cast polymorph on her, so she has to make a wisdom save.
Okay.
Oh, damn. It's not dexterity
DC
save.
16.
Wisdom?
DC 16. Wisdom. DC 16.
Can't really
Sugar
inspire
glider.
this, can I?
You can
Sugar
inspire.
glider.
Add a D8, Lorna. Roll high.
Wait, what? Okay.
I'm inspiring you.
No.
Add a D8.
No.
No!
'Cause- yeah, no, you still failed. Sorry. I tried.
Lorna's turned into a cute little sugar glider.
As you are running, your beautiful long red hair starts to flow, and then it starts to melt as you turn into this little red furred sugar glider.
She's just like angrily squeaking at you. She runs over to your boot and starts biting on it. Like trying to crawl up, and she crawls up into your boot and starts going down into your boot and starts like biting at your leg.
Ow! 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 Ow!
Yeah.
I'm gonna reach
You
down
should
and pick
probably
up
be-
Lorna.
You should probably be a bit more careful with your favorite punishment now, apparently.
Maybe not something that can bite. Next time.
I may be cute, but I can still be dangerous. She's just gonna start biting your hands.
Cronus, take the sugar glider with you.
Is polymorph a concentration spell?
It is.
Yes, it is.
I'm gonna punch Faye.
Cronus know this? But go ahead.
Does Cronus... Good luck, Cronus.
Ooh.
Oh, that's it. Are you?
Aw.
I think-
She's still
What
polymorph.
level's polymorph again there, Faye?
4th level?
You take 8 points of damage, Faye.
I'm also going to apply stunning strike.
Okay. And what's the save on that?
15 con save.
Was...
Yep.
Yeah. Oh,
All right. So
Lorna-
he passes.
looks defeated, and she just
Come here, Lorna. And I just kind of snap my fingers near her head and cast spell magic at level 4.
You know you could have smacked her and she would have turned back to normal, right?
I'm not gonna hit the squirrel.
I'm also not going to hit the one who's like 3 times my size. Twice my size.
yeah. Lorna's just kind of sitting there now, just kind of looks at you, Faye, with like the worst death glare that you've seen on her yet. She stands up.
That was for slapping. That was for slapping me when
She
I was
walks
stunned.
over to you. She's looking down at you. I did it because I thought you would wake up and become unstunned. She then,
That's not how
Fair.
magic works.
I don't do
Yeah,
magic.
but the last time I slapped Skybor, he woke up.
Exactly. Lorna then pulls you into not a chokehold, but like grabs you around the neck with her arm and starts giving you a noogie. Just starts messing up your hair, noogie, all while in her dress. Doesn't care about that. And like,
I use mask of many faces to make it look like it's having no effect.
I know your trick. It's working.
No, it's not.
Uh-huh. I let her go.
That doesn't work up if she's like actually touching you. But yeah, go for it.
Yeah. Well then. Are we even
Go
now?
We are even. Go have fun. Don't kill anyone.
Can't guarantee
We
that.
leave the sword here.
Mm, no. Never. I will never leave this sword anywhere else. I'm bringing it into every single meeting now.
That's fair.
Oh, I was kind of hoping that you were not going to dispel that magic because I was like, but I want to attack Skyboard Wolfram. You're not doing anything right now. I want to.
I helped an old lady across the street till the shaking occurred. Then I just pushed her.
And
She
did
has-
the old lady smack you?
She has like a broken hip now. She's just laying in the street.
Or is she one of those old ladies that has like the purse that weighs like 20 pounds and she smacked you with it?
So, what would you guys like to do to wrap up your time in Benzo? You guys are pretty much going to spend the night, rest up before you head back home to the surface. I know, Skyboard, you want to go back for your whip in the morning.
Yep.
What direction do you guys want to go? Do you guys want to go around, or do you guys want to try to go across the lake? It would take not a full week to go around the lake because there's not going to be as much confrontation as you originally ran into and had to avoid. To get back to the surface, with the lake, it's going to be a little over a week. Going around the lake, you're probably looking at a week and a half.
Did we find out if there was anyone that knows teleportation?
Oh, I'm
That's
sorry.
what we were going to go find out.
Teleportation. I'm sorry.
After
Yeah,
the
we can do
sugar
that.
glider incident, can we go see if there's teleportation?
Yes, let's go find if there's teleportation.
Okay. I'm sorry. So you probably could talk to your mother, and she kind of smiles at you, Faye. She goes, "I don't think you'd want to teleport anywhere I could teleport you and your friends." She goes, "Go check at the Mage Tower. Your old professor might be able to get you a little closer." She studied the Underdark extensively, trying to track down historical information about a potential map that she always rambled on about. But go see there; they might be able to help you.
All right. Let's go see the professor and see if she can help us get there quickly.
That was Zara Tuan, I believe, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you do make your way back over there to the academy, and she goes, I can help you make the journey a little bit faster. There are several temples around the Underdark that I have studied for a while that can get you around the lake, possibly if I had some time to prepare.
How much time would you need?
You probably have something prepared tomorrow, if that's what you're hoping to leave back to the surface.
That was what we were planning. That would be perfect, Professor.
Yeah, I'll get to work right away. Go enjoy your last night in the Fae, and Fae, you surprised me again today, and or well, I guess I should say a week ago after what you did, but you know what I mean.
Of course.
So if you guys were looking for, okay, so there's a couple of things you guys want to do before you go. It sounds like so. Lorna and Cornus, you guys want to go to a rough and tough bar with a fight pit. And if I remember correctly, there was that one bar you guys went to that didn't have a fight pit, but it had gambling. Let me look that up. Yes, the Lonely Hag. So The Lonely Hag is that one bar that you guys found when you first got to the city. It does not have any pit fighting, but you could go there to see what you might be able to strum up business wise. And then Wolfram, you're looking for what are you looking for exactly? Just like some precious stone?
Yeah, preferably uncut.
Okay. Let's see. I'm looking at the notes for Bento, see what would be the most likely place for you to find that. There is most probably going to have to go with the upper district. Let me see. Yeah, you would have to travel to the upper class district to kind of find jewelers or people that would have that kind of wares and items. So if you want to go do that, we totally can go find someone that has that. So you kind of split off from the party to go look for this jeweler. Takes you about an hour or two wandering around the upper class district. But you find a shop. It has some polished jewelry and some crude stuff, and we'll come right back to that. And let's see where everyone else was going. Anika, you want to do what? I'm sorry.
I'm looking for a horn because I realized I was proficient in it and I don't have one.
Okay. In the current district you're in right now, you could find one. So make a little light work of that. I don't have the price tags for instruments, but I would just go with the standard price for if there's one in the player handbook. If not, I can't imagine it costs you more than a few gold pieces.
Hold on. I actually have prices written down somewhere. Just give me a second. I can give that to you.
3 gold piece. If you want a songhorn, it's 2.
3? Sweet.
Yep.
Preferably.
That works. 3 gold. Yeah, you can find that. Spending a little time in the middle class district to kind of ask around, and you find someone that has one for sale. Faye, you went back to the Tempting Rose to get some drinks and stuff and to enjoy yourself one night in this last city. Cronus and Lorna, you guys are in the Lonely Hag. Anika, you're in the Tempting Rose. Oh, sorry, Faye, you're in the Tempting Rose. Wolfram and Anika, you guys have made your way into the jewelry, like the jeweler's store. And what would you guys like to do? We'll start with you, Wolfram and Anika.
Well, he's going to walk up to the counter and ask for a uncut gem.
Yes. I'm here. Oh, it's our lucky adventurers that saved our condemned city. How can I help you?
Require an
looking
uncut
for-
gem.
Yep,
What
uncut
kind
gem.
of gem?
I'm pretty sure he needs it for some magic.
Rubies are preferred, but not necessary.
Rubies?
Single.
Let me see here. Uncut. Peculiar.
Doesn't-
Okay. Crude.
It does not
raw,
require it to be-
not polished, I imagine.
Yes.
I think the stone's more important than how pretty it is.
I usually have deal with more refined materials. How large of a stone are you needing?
Size does not matter.
What are you
Alright.
using this for, buddy?
Something private.
I'm trying to find prices for rubies.
He's got 5 gold. He will take what
I
he can
have
get.
more. So depending on whatever he says, it depends on who pays for it.
I'm trying to see. I have a cheat sheet of same prices.
Oh.
You do. Let's see here. Stone. Like, it truly doesn't have to be a certain size of stones. I won't dig that deep into this.
So if it's an uncut ruby, he will take it. It doesn't
Okay.
matter about the size.
How much are you looking to spend? You told her the 5 gold.
He looks into his little compartment, I guess. Like, I don't know where he'd have it, maybe on his hip. I have 5 gold.
Some grocery stores have a lot to say.
Is she with you? She can help you with this purchase?
Yes. Do you have a selection? Or is there just one uncut ruby you have?
The smallest thing I'd like to probably part with is this. She pulls out this smaller ruby for about 20. She says it's a bit good for 20 gold.
That work, Wolfram?
Will do.
I'll hand him 2 of the platinum I have and say, here you go.
All right. And she'll leave the
Hand it over.
on the desk and hand it to you.
We'll take it up, thank Anika, and return to the villa or manor or whatever it is.
And I will go see what kind of trouble Lorna and Cronus are going to get into and see if they need help getting out of it.
Okay. Let's go back to you, Faye. You're at the Tempting Rose, and Anika, you're on your way to the Lonely Hag.
Mm-hmm.
Where's Skyboy right now?
Huh. Tempting Rose. They must sell flowers here.
Oh,
Oh, good. Are you going to the Tempting Rose then?
Oh God!
Yes.
All right, sorry
Please
about
tell
this.
me he
I
is.
misplaced-
Please.
I wasn't counting right. So Skyward, you walk in and you see just multiple perverse and provocative scenes around the room. You notice there's, as you walk in, you smell multiple notes of perfumes and colognes lofting in the room, and you see there's no traditional seats. It's low seating, almost like reclining seats and bedding all over, with some waiters and waitresses all scantily clad as they kind of go around and cater to the room. And you see Faye in the corner reclined on her kind of spot. Faye, what are you doing?
Drinking some wine, just chatting to a few of the workers, telling them about the travels we had in the Underdark.
Faye!
Just trying to.
Faye! I'm like waving. Faye!
yes.
I fucking love this so much. So many fucking levels.
I take a sip of wine and I just start choking.
I approach her. Where's all the flowers at?
This is not a flower shop,
The sign said,
Skybor.
the sign said Tempting Rose.
Yes, the Tempting Rose.
I know
It's
that my common is not all that great, but I'm pretty sure that's what that sign says.
That is what it says. It's
Somehow it said common. I don't know why.
It's not that kind of place, Skybor. This is a place many of us go to unwind a bit and not.
Oh, this is where the fight pit is, huh?
No. It's we unwind in a more civilized manner.
Oh, meditation. Gotcha.
Yes, meditation.
One of the male workers is just going to come up and wrap his arms around you, Skybor, if you allow it, and just say, "Oh, honey, you're adorable."
Thank you. We got a hugger over here.
Depending on the price, we do a lot more than hugging tonight, darling.
What's he talking about?
Well, for a small fee, you would be able to get the pleasure of his company and a whole lot more.
Well, that you have to pay just to hang around with people.
It's not that kind of hanging out, Skyboard.
Then what kind of other hanging out is there?
Oh, you're exhausting, darling. I'm asking if you want to go have sex, darling.
You are a male. I don't see how that would work.
Well, you don't have to pay this much, I don't get pregnant.
Though that
If
is
you don't
quite
wanna-
logical, I do not swing that way.
Well, there's plenty of my friends here that would be happy to spend some time with you. And he snaps his finger over, and a lady's servant comes over to kind of now is trying to work you up as he kind of walks away and tries to work another patron out to earn some extra money that evening. What can I help you with?
I came here for flowers, but apparently this is a place for relaxation, some sort of meditation bar of some sort.
I mean, you can have a different kind of flower.
You are making no sense, Faye.
She gives you the same offer, basically saying, we can go up to my private room and have some fun.
No, thank you. I have a sneaky suspicion that you see other people.
Don't we all? She kind of laughs at your innocence and walks back to, again, similar to the other guy, start working other patrons. And it's just you two in the original company that you had, Faye, who are kind of laughing at this whole exchange right now.
So anyway, Faye, this place is like crawling with a very various people that are apparently in heat. Are you aware of this?
He-
There should be a
No.
Toadian bard here.
No, and I sip my wine.
You should be very careful because diseases are spread through various couples that are intersecting with each other. And he puts his hand on Faye's shoulders like, I worry. You should be careful because once you get it, it's hard to get rid of. My father, he deals with that sort of stuff. It happened
Faye
a few
is
times at
very
my
bright
age.
red right now. I'll be careful. I'll be careful. My friends here will make sure we're careful.
Skyboy's gonna be like, all right, listen up, ladies. You shouldn't be going around and having relations with Faye. She's a very important person. She's a kind of a big deal down here. And he's going to be like, I don't want Faye to catch anything that anyone might be exposed to. So if you could be so kind, just don't do nothing more than, shake of hands. Good old friendship.
Would your company, Faye, be... who is in your company? You go ahead and tell me how your company is reacting, Faye.
I would assume there's a lot of giggling and probably like, yeah, we'll make sure of that. Whereas Faye has her head buried in her hands.
The one will whisper, "Is that your dad? Is it something?"
No. In undercover, I'll say no. He's a friend, but this is embarrassing.
Well, you're apparently a very big deal. Maybe you could show us how big of a deal you are later or upstairs then. And we're going to go ahead and, unless there's anything important you guys want to exchange, fade to black on this whole exchange.
Yes, fade to black.
Fade to black. Things happen. Shit starts itching on Skybor and Faye after the time of the Tootsie Rose. Let's go back to Cronus, Lorna, and Anika. You guys are all at the Lonely Hag. You see some more of the gambling going on in the back corners of the room. Again, people are placing a lot of coin on the table, a lot of money's exchanging hands. It's a pretty quick-paced game once you know what you're doing. You see some of the drow kind of drunk and speaking to one another, and you see the familiar patron at the bar kind of waving at you, recognizing you all three as you enter the bar.
I'll walk right up to the bar. How's it going there?
So, you made it back. You haven't died yet. How great.
Not yet.
Thanks for your concern.
I'm always concerned when there's paying customers' lives at hand. What can I do for you?
A round of mead.
I just look at the other two.
All mead. Keep it going all night.
You have the coin to cover it?
I most certainly do. And I put down... How much is, like, a bottle of mead?
Let me look it up.
It's like a few copper.
Did someone post something in chat with the price? Oh,
No.
that was where is it? This is boring. I'm looking it up. I'll look it up later.
Ale is
If
like
you
2
think of-
silver
Yeah,
for a gallon.
For a gallon? So, yeah, if you
I'll take a gallon.
gold coin, you'll have all the liquor. and
I
drinks you want to buy.
put down 5 gold and just be like, just keep it coming.
He smiles wildly and he scoops the coin off the table and he goes, absolutely. And he starts getting several mugs ready, tossing them over to you, filling them up and tossing it to you. And he snaps his finger over to one of the bar wenches to kind of help carry a large kind of, not a vase, but a big like
Barrel.
pitcher full of, barrel. Well, not barrel. Like what's between that? Like bigger than a pitcher,
Keg.
not a full barrel. A keg, basically, for your table that's full, that you guys can replenish your drinks as you sit at the table.
Perfect. I start
We're
pouring.
getting one of these to go, right?
Oh, absolutely. I pour Cronus a drink. I pour Anika a drink that is way too big for her. And I pour myself a drink. And I hold it up in the air. Like, we survived. For now. And I cheers them.
Cheers.
And I chug it back.
All
Yep, I will
But I
down
may have
mine as
picked the
well.
right place to go. I take sips.
I'm gonna reach over and like lightly lift the glass up a little higher so she has to drink it faster.
I will drink it faster.
Okay. So, how long do you guys want to spend at this bar? Just drinking? Is there anything or
All night.
anyone you're looking for? Are you hoping to exchange words with someone? Are you guys looking to start a fight?
I'm gonna walk over to the
I'm
bar,
here.
the barkeep real
Yeah,
quick,
I'm just here. I'm
and
here for when they get in trouble, inevitably.
I wanna ask him if how much would it cost to start a bar fight and not get in trouble.
Shit. Can you hear me okay?
Yep.
Okay. He'll kind of laugh. He goes, yeah, you pay me as handsomely as your friend did. I don't care who one of these guys you knock out, as long as you don't destroy the place.
I'll slap 20 gold down and walk up to the biggest guy I can find.
All right. I'm not handling the gambling, but if you want to get something going, he kind of jumps up on the bar counter, wipes his hand on his apron, and he kind of cups his hands over and shouts, "Hold up, everyone! Excuse me. Have an announcement. We have some friends here that would like to see if any of you would be brave enough to stand up to their brawn to make a few extra coins." And he points to you, Cronus, you after you just pay him. Our Dragonborn friend here has got done with taking care of the Bloody Forgotten for us, and it sounds like he'd like to release some stress. Who would help him with that this evening? And anything you want to do, Cronus, when he's kind of shouting out to the room?
I'm going to start taking off my gauntlets and handing them towards Lorna, and just start kind of stretching and then flexing on people a little bit.
All right. Some time passes by, and then you hear a familiar voice kind of shout from the door, and you see it is your friend Tanir. He goes, "I don't think I could give you what you're looking for there, Cronus." And he accepts the offer for this fighting pit.
Then what's the wager between you two, since you actually know each other?
Tanir was smiling. He goes, "I just want the opportunity to see how good he really is."
You are totally going to regret saying that.
I, however, am not going to regret. And then I will take out 10 gold and say, "On the Dragonborn!" and put it on the bar.
Tanir looks at you like, that hurts my feelings a little bit.
I take out 10 gold. 10 gold on
I've seen you both
Tanir!
fight.
Sorry, Grana.
Nope, no worries. I did the same thing to you a while back.
What?
And then if no other bets are coming in, I'll just kind of look around at all the drow and go, "Seriously? In a gambling den, no one wants to play a new game?"
Several of them kind of get excited. Actually, people were mid-game of the three die game that they played, that you played the first time together, actually stopped mid-game. He's like, and turned to this kind of commotion, like, "Oh yeah!" And essentially, you start. Who's collecting the betting right now?
I am now.
Mika is collecting the betting. So you're honoring the gambling funds, so you have to pay out on. All right. So far I've heard 10 gold for Tanir, 10 gold for Cronus, and between the rest of the bar, you have 50 gold total being placed on Cronus Light to the ventures that destroyed the Forgotten, and the other one's to the guard of the city, and they placed another 20. You receive about 27 gold for Tanir in his favor. So total 60 for Cronus, 37 for Tanir.
Okay.
Write that down because I will forget what I said.
Yeah, and I'm just sitting cross-legged on the bar with my skirt, and the coins are in the middle of it. So it's be hard to take.
And I'm standing right
I'm
beside her,
watching this.
my sword already out. And a drink in the other hand.
I'm trying to look up the rules for pit fighting.
Didn't we
Put
put
them in
that?
homebrew.
We
Yeah,
put that
it's
in
at the top of homebrew.
Got it. Thank you. All right. So round one starts. You guys they've cleared some of the furniture, pushing the stools and stuff out, clearing a little ring. It's filthy, but you see Tanir kind of unbuckling some of his armor and just kind of revealing just a plain black kind of tunic shirt and his normal pants. And he's looking at you and he's like, "So, shall we?"
How tall is he?
Round one. Tanir, he is about 6 foot.
So I'm gonna make sure I stand up a little extra tall, so I'm like easily a foot taller than him.
Yeah, he's
And look
not.
down at him.
He's not as muscular as you are, but he's taller and a little bit more slender frame. Not weak, just not buff either.
I know, I'm just sizing him up though.
Okay, so are you trying to intimidate him?
Yes.
All right, go ahead and make an intimidation check against his. Where is that? Would be insight, right?
Probably. Ah.
And he smiles at you, and you're like, well, let's do this. And he immediately starts to get in his fighting pose and go do the first round of combat. So, let's see here. Contestants choose athletics or acrobatics as their fighting style. They roll against each other. Winner wins the round. Critical hit or a win by more than 5 points is a possible knockout, with the loser making a con roll. Okay, so go ahead and choose acrobatics or athletics if you, however you want to fight this. Jesus Christ. Okay. All right. And that is going to be you. So Curtis, you won the first round. Or wait, a critical is it considered a critical hit even though it wasn't an attack roll?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Because that's
so
his
those
dex.
skill checks don't count as critical successes and critical failures don't really happen. But it is a critical hit, I guess. So or a win by more than 5 points. It requires a con roll to avoid being rendered unconscious to either DC equal to the knockout roll or 15 GM preference. This is going to be just a simple 15 because you technically outrolled him. So go ahead and make a con save.
Oh. I'm going to use my fate token.
Okay.
Hey.
Okay. You shoulder the attack. Because it was a critical success, does that mean it's 2 rounds or just one win?
I think that's still just one round.
Just win. Okay.
Blech.
So you your form and your attacks are flawless, but Tanir is able to kind of use your momentum and your drunkenness or some of the beer that you've been drinking to his advantage and get the upper hand and take the first round from you. You guys are kind of off to the side. Tanir breaking a little bit of a sweat. You don't know if it's from the stress or from just the excitement. What would you like to do to start round 2?
I'm going to wipe a little bit of the blood from my mouth and then smile at him.
Okay. So Tanir is just going to go back into his pose to attack you for the next round. Did you want to do anything before the round to try to get an edge?
Nope.
All right, go ahead and roll athletics or acrobatics. All right. Oh, shit. A win by more than 5 points is possibly knockouts of the loser. Okay. So you guys are going, again, trading blows for blows. And one, you just really just hammer Tanir in the upper gut and just he gasps for air trying to catch his breath. And he's going to try to make a con save. Ooh. So what is it? It
15.
is...
He's knocked out.
Yeah. So you take the breath away from him, and he immediately just kind of collapses to his knees and his hands. And he tries to get back up to continue the fight, but he's just having a horrific time catching his breath. So eventually resigning from the fight and declaring you as winner, Cronus. He does finally come back to, and he kind of does the whole Conrad Rocky Balboa and holds your hand up like you're in the middle of a boxing ring, declaring you the victor. And he goes, "I think you might be having second thoughts about taking me with you to the surface. I take it."
No, you got me on the first one.
Yeah.
He laughs and shakes your hand if you allow it, and he asks to join you all at your table.
Yep.
And
And
I
then when
will
we get
pay
there,
out.
I'm going to get a mug of ale for him.
Excellent. Shoot, where did I write down those things? I said I'll forget otherwise.
I'm just gonna keep my 10 gold, and I'll just pay out the winners from the rest of the gold.
60 for Cronus. So you guys get 120 gold for, you get your 60 gold back plus another 60 gold for Cronus winning. And you owe 37 gold for him losing, though. So you win 23 gold. So 83 gold total.
Cronus, you can keep all that.
Yeah, I'll take back my 10 and give the rest to Cronus. Like, here you go.
The crowd kind of seems sad that you guys, that the fight's over, that it was so short, but they kind of go back to normal activities. Some of them are kind of looking at your group to see if you guys are going to do anything else, but anything you guys would like to do while you guys are here?
As the fight kind of finishes, Lorna kind of goes over to Cronus, gives her her sword, be like, "Hold this." Go out kind of to where they were fighting and be like, "What are you guys so sad about? There's still one more."
And the bar cheers up, and then you see another kind of familiar person. This would be
He's telling me it is who I
kind
think
of
it is.
Who do you think it is?
Dude I bought the slaves from.
No. Close enough, though. You hear this kind of raspy kind of voice, and you turn around, and it is your follower, Yek. And he kind of goes, "I'd like a chance to kind of see what you guys are try my hand against you. If it's okay with you, Anika."
Oh yeah, I'm all for this.
Okay. So Yek asks to take a hand. He goes, "And since you're not my master, Lorna, I'm not really gonna be in trouble for wiping the floor with."
Be in trouble if you held back.
Aye, that's very true. She kind of strolls into the place. She kind of shrugs off her coat thing, whatever it's called, cape with her fur on it. She kind of like stretches a bit. She's stretching. She's gonna get ready. She's excited for this.
Okay. Are you trying to intimidate at all, or just do a straight roll?
Oh no, I mean, a female being all like that macho and all that. I don't know, maybe try and intimidate him.
Go ahead and try. Go ahead and roll. All right. Intimidate. 24 insight. That is intelligence, right? Here we go. He's kind of second guessing himself and what he got himself into, because he's been on a mission
Insight is
like,
wisdom.
oh, let me try again.
Makes it-
That's even worse stat. It's plus zero. He's like, oh shit, what did I get? What did I do? I know what these guys are capable of. What was I thinking? Go ahead and roll acrobatics or athletics.
Okay. Can she? Oh no, I'll do that next round.
Oh, you cannot athletics reckless speed.
All right. They kind of lock up and surprisingly hold their own. Eventually, time runs out of the first round. Neither one really kind of overpowers the other one. So, no real winner of the first round. Is there anything they kind of go back to their sides of the room as they kind of the crowd's kind of raging and shouting at the excitement? What would you guys like to do?
She's going to kind of walk back to her side and kind of just yell out, and she's going to go into a rage.
Okay. That will give you advantage on your athletics check. So,
yes, it will.
You raging is kind of really making regret what he volunteered for. Go ahead and roll athletics or acrobatics.
Oh yes.
And you easily overpower him and make him kind of spit up some of his lunch from earlier in the day with a good shot to him. Next round, he kind of collects himself and gets ready to go at you again. Is there anything you want to do, or just go right into round 3? I imagine you're continuing to rage.
Yes.
Through the rest of this round, so it's kind of up to you. What if you want to do anything else flavor-wise?
No, she's just gonna constantly she's just gonna crack her knuckles, crack her neck, and get ready back into the next position. And go at it.
So he'll again try to make a good attack or blow against you,
Oof.
and he does finally make his way through your physique and gets one clean onto your jaw. But you aren't taken aback completely. You feel it; it hurts, but you kind of enjoy the pain of feeling his fist actually hit you good.
Oh yeah.
That's gonna wrap up round 3. So 1 and 1 and zip.
Yep.
So here comes round 4.
She's
anything else you want to do?
Yeah, as she gets hit in the jaw, some blood kind of drips from her mouth. She's gonna kind of wipe it on her hand and then lick it off. Be like, I've had worse.
Okay. Here he goes for round 4. Coming after you. Nope, sorry, wrong person. All right, so he comes after you, and you guys start fighting back and forth, and eventually you throw this punch widely from the side. It rings his bells as it hits the side of his head. He needs to make a con save to see if he can stand. And he does muster the energy to continue to stay on his feet, but he's kind of holding the side of his head, really kind of collect his thoughts and stay focused for the next round. Anything you want to do for the next one?
No, she's just grinning.
All right, so you guys lock up again for the 5th and final round. Go ahead, do your check. And you this time just kind of hammer fist over the back, both hands over your head, colliding on top, jumping in the air and pounding on the top of his head. And he just goes down, crumbles right down to the floor. And he kind of laughs to himself after he kind of comes to, looking back up to you when he's finally conscious and saying, I guess I didn't win.
No, but you put up a good fight. I put my hand down to help him up.
And he will nod to you and goes, well, I just came for some fun before we head to the surface, and I wanted to see how Anika was doing, but it seems like you all are doing fine without any assistance from me.
I think your assistance is more than you think, and I hand him what was previously my cup of mug, beer, whatever we're drinking.
But beer is the same thing.
Whatever I'm drinking. It's a freedom, which you do technically have, but will finally take when we get to the surface.
I look forward to it. I didn't know if we'd ever see the service, and I become more and more reassured by the time I spend with you all and seeing what you guys are able to do.
You know, he would probably be a really good worker at our pub. Like his choice, but
It's true.
You-
If you don't have anywhere to go, we do own another pub on the surface. If you want a job,
I
a paying job, not a.
honestly.
I mean, it has a fight pit in it. He could be one of our fighters.
It does have an actual fighting pit, which is why I didn't bet on Tanir because Cronus is the champion of that fighting pit.
Tanir just kind of laughs and Yak chuckles as well, and he goes, "I would love to see that."
So I think we need to go back to that city anyway, if I remember correctly.
That is true.
So, unless there's anything else that you'd like to do, I imagine it's a night of drinking and fun and chatting back and forth.
I'm taking a keg for the road back to Faye's house, and we're gonna just party in their like living space.
Yes. And I will also buy an extra one and put it in the bag.
Are you bringing the tavern with you, or just your
I mean-
group?
Ooh.
I think just our group, but we may invite Faye's sisters because why not?
Oh, fuck yeah.
Waiting at the post office.
Okay,
A
let's
responsible adult.
All right. You guys kind of try to collect some people to come back with you back to Faye's house. Let's go switch over to Wolfram, see how he's doing. But when you guys get back to Faye's estate, the guard are like, "No, they're not. You can't bring these people in with you." But they kind of let you guys continue. You guys have had enough to drink and enough fun that they let your group back into the estate to kind of continue to drink and enjoy the night. Wolfram, what are you looking for? A post office? You're looking for some kind of place to drop off some mail. So you do find a place where there's like a box and a slot for it. And from what you've asked around, they've said that they do have people that kind of curry message between different people within Menzo.
There's like actual couriers. Okay.
Yeah.
He doesn't have any more money, so he can't afford a courier. Oh, well.
Well, you can put it in the box. What are you trying to do or ship?
He's trying to ship that gem out to I'll have to look. Are like all the NPCs you've showed us in here somewhere? In the journal?
They should be if you met them, yes. Who are you looking for?
I don't know how to pronounce that.
is
Lisri? Lisri, I think.
Illustrate, that's the Lady of Webs. She's in the city of Benzo.
All right.
She's here.
He'll drop off that in the box. Job is done.
Okay.
And probably go back and
take care of it for you, knowing who you are and what your group has done for the city.
that's that. I suppose he'll go back and find everyone passed out.
We're still partying.
I don't think I'm passed out yet. I'll roll a con save if I need to, but
I need con saves from all of you.
Hold on.
It looks like they're all wide awake, still partying.
I would assume we would invite assistants
Tanir
and all
is
that.
passed out on the floor.
Oh yeah, whatever siblings are still like awake, we're inviting.
Also, I'm going to minor illusion a dick on Tanir's face.
Oh, God. Oh, my God. The sisters, as you guys are bark and holler, are preparing for bed. They're like, just keep it down and keep the mess to a minimum, please. and they go back to their chambers. Jelena is a little bit more irritated, pissed off, where Lay finds it humorous, but she's trying to keep her prim and proper self if she can't be found disparaged like that. So you guys spend your night drinking. What do you guys want to do when Wolfram comes back into the door?
Guys, you're not going to believe this. There's a strange building. It's called the Tempting Rose, but they don't sell flowers.
Oh yeah, that's Faye's whorehouse.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's a brothel, Skyrim.
She told me it was a place for meditation.
You can certainly meditate.
Oh, yes, you can.
I don't see how that be meditating. That's activity.
I'm pretty sure Lorna meditates when she fights sometimes.
She
Meditation
walks
just
back
looks different
upstairs.
on other people.
Yeah.
She could catch some sort of disease.
If she hasn't done it yet, probably not going to happen. Plus, if it's in this part of town, right?
Is it?
It is. It is in the upper class district.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're paid well enough to get those taken care of.
Because
Didn't want the child of a noble getting sick.
In my village, there has been several STDs that went around. My father has to cleanse their body almost every year. It is a horrible sight.
Really?
Well,
Every year? Like they don't learn?
It's a pretty big village. Well,
Huh.
eh,
Thinking around.
we're very close.
Clearly.
is this canon now?
We're nudists.
Not that far from it, actually.
Oh, no.
Oh, well, that happened.
Well. Here, Skybor.
Walks upstairs while they have their conversation about genitalia and things he'll never understand because he also doesn't want to.
That's a good idea.
It makes loud like
He
his,
used to want
like,
to, till he
playing
got
or like
fixed.
as he walks out of the room, back to his room. What, Skyward?
I was just saying that he used to want to know till he got fixed.
Who's that?
Okay.
Wolfram.
Oh.
Oh,
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 yeah.
yeah.
He was so curious about so many things, and then he got fixed, and then he's like, he was never the same again.
we need to unfix him, is what you're saying.
Oh my gosh.
No.
There'll be flowers for Wolfram.
Oh my
All
god.
right. So, a long, wonderful night of joking and pleasantries. I was just going to fast travel you guys back to the surface if you guys do not want to go to the lake, or do you guys want to have that cool interaction with building your group before you leave, or do you just want to summarize the whole thing the next day, the teacher, and all that stuff?
Guybor wants his whip.
Okay.
He should want that, yeah.
I'll say, do you want to act out all that stuff, or do you want me to wrap it up for you all?
Yeah, you can wrap it up.
Okay. So you guys wake up the next day, feeling very hungover. Those that had drank heavily the night before, you guys are feeling a little salty, but you guys remember that this is the day you all planned on regrouping and setting forth back to the surface. The first part of the day is spent collecting all your effects, saying your farewells to your family, Faye, and the new people you met. Yek, Fezzik have all got your belongings that you guys do not wish to carry on your person that they are carrying for you. Tanir meets up with you, as well as 6 of the elite Drow Guard. They're with you as well, and they're accompanying the 2 ladies, Lady Lay, the 3 ladies, Lady Lay, Lady Zilvra, and Lady. Where's your name? Lady Luro from Lady Luro Vandre. Those are the 3 that meet you there, and you all make your way to the blacksmith to pick up the item that Skybor is waiting for. And Skybor, you get a +1 whip. I'll create a item sheet for you for that. I did not create one yet, but I think we discussed most of the mechanics of that. But I'll get that to you this week. You guys then make it to the academy and speak with your old teacher. And she says, the closest I can get you to the surface is this temple. And she kind of points to it above a map of the Underdark. When she's showing you the map, you do see another map that has you see like an overlay on it where there's like lines and circles and stuff that kind of make you think of the purple stones that you guys have in your belonging, the ley lines that you saw when looking through those glass stones. You guys should do with whatever you'd like to with that information, but she says when you guys are ready, she can send you to that temple, and that temple is the one where you guys recognize is the one where you killed Mael.
I happen to have a copy of this map with these lines and circles. Do you?
No, but given some time, I could probably try to make something for you.
That's all right. And then I'll just look at it and try and memorize it.
Okay. How much time do you want to spend trying to memorize the map?
However long it takes them to prepare for us to go.
Okay. I'll say that gives you about an hour worth of kind of studying before you really are kind of needed to be certain places to complete the ritual.
Sketch it in my journal I have.
Okay. Lady Lay will come up to you, Faye, and be like, are you sure we're going to be accepted back when we get up there?
Faye's not here right now.
Oh, I
He's
said
coming
that they reconvened in the morning.
His player is coming back from walking their dog.
Oh, shit. Okay. All right.
I
anyways.
can totally act that out. Yes, of course. You'll totally be accepted back.
We'll role play that out here. There's going to be an opportunity for when he gets back. So you guys get the portal ready, and excuse me, sorry, I had to see. Teleport. All right. You guys teleport to the temple where you guys had slain Mael. Oddly enough, you don't see the bodies that you guys had left there before, but you also don't see any commotion or activity, so you guys start making your way back towards Glimmedir. It takes you the better portion of the entire day to get out there. And Faye, are you back?
Almost.
Okay. Anyways, you guys are approaching back to the village, and who are you guys leading the way? I imagine in front as you approach the Obsidian Gate.
Yep.
I assume Skybor is like almost running at this point.
Oh yeah.
How is Skybor doing right now?
He's doing the slow-mo running. to the portal.
You guys were all past the portal now. Now you guys are almost to the Glimmerdeer Gate.
Oh, is it the Obsidian Gate?
Yeah, the Obsidian Gate.
Obsidian
I'm back.
Traveled back to the Obsidian Gate. You guys are approaching. Lay had asked his sister Faye if he's sure that the Menzo will be welcomed to the council on the surface on their return. So you can see the torches kind of illuminate the pathway towards the Obsidian Gate, and it's been quite some time, but you guys do see the doors off in the distance for the Obsidian Gate.
Well, it was my suggestion to try and get this alliance after all, so all we can do is hope for the best. The good thing is they will recognize us. It has been a while, so I don't know what's gone up on the surface while we were down in the Underdark, but hopefully nothing's wrong.
You guys, anything you want to do, Skywar?
Faye, you sound out of breath.
I just ran up 3 flights.
Oh, come on. That wouldn't have been that bad.
So, you guys,
No faith.
Right?
you guys approach the Obsidian Gate. As you guys get closer and closer, do you guys say anything or shout out or anything?
I will shout out.
Is it day or nighttime?
This would be the evening time of the surface, but you guys have been traveling about a day to get back to Glimmerdeer after teleporting to the ruins of where Niall's killed.
How
I'm sorry,
tall
Nail's
is
killed.
how tall is
my-
the wall?
Did my health get fixed while we were resting?
You have 2 nights worth of rest. Hold on, there's a lot of questions here. Glimmerdeer, shit. How tall did I say the wall was?
Super ass tall.
I think there were
Yeah.
100.
At least.
Yeah.
Because it took me...
Because I remember it took Lorna 2 or 3 rounds to
Only 2
run up and
rounds.
down.
2 rounds to dash up, and so that would have been... It would have been over 150 feet.
Around 100 feet.
I will look it up for you, but I do think it was between 100 and 200 feet tall.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was gonna shadow step up there and play a joke on him.
What's the range of your shadow step?
60 feet.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean, you
definitely
could,
over
like,
60.
Monk up the walls and then shadow step.
I don't get that till level 9.
So one more level, then you can run up all the walls you want.
I mean, you can work
I
with
gotta be-
Cyborg to do your spider climb.
Gotta wait 2 before I can say, "Hey, God, help."
So you guys are shouting out then, you said, Lorna?
Yeah.
You guys approach the wall and you shout out to announce your return. But the doors don't open. The doors don't move at all.
I assume we'll keep walking towards them. I'll yell out
I don't
again
like
once
this.
we're
The entire
closer.
party has approached to you guys are at the doors right now, your whole group.
Oh.
Be ready for anything.
I take out my sword and I kind of like bang on the doors. That's probably not going to do much, but
Nothing returns for quite some time.
I get on the broom and I will fly up.
I
Okay.
hop on by.
Okay. As you guys fly up, you guys do see you see kind of like these humanoid scarecrows on the wall. They're basically just suits of empty or unfilled suits of armor standing on the top of the wall looking towards the direction you guys have come. You see below where there are some there is a man or two soldiers kind of running through the door like, hurry, there's people at the gate, we got to get this back open in case it's them. And they see you on top of the broom flying and they're like, It's them. They're back, and they move even extra fast. And they start trying to get to the doors and start opening them. And you all that are on the ground, you guys start to see the doors start to creak open, and eventually allow you all in.
I'll land next to everyone.
Yeah, I'll escort all the
Bad
people
things
in
have
first.
happened while we were gone.
What's up with the scarecrows up there?
Well, we didn't want the walls, or want them pointing at your companions, the new members who are following you, to think.
You cut out.
To think what? Oh no.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
I can't hear you.
Yes, we can hear you now.
Okay. I don't know why it does that, but okay. He goes, well, it's been desperate times, and we're having to pull men off the wall to go defend the city, and we didn't want to think that anyone approached the wall that we had any less men than we normally do. So that was a clever idea of Brahmins to kind of put these scarecrows on the top, so people thought nothing more.
That is a terrible idea.
I mean, it's not too terrible, but what do you mean the city's been under attack?
It's getting worse and worse. The Forgotten Armies are pushed into the Dragonfang Forest. They're cutting down the trees, refortifying the position in Burlas. There's been smoke in the sky for days and days as they continue to clear away of the Dragonfang Forest towards us. And they've gotten bolder and have attacked us here and there at the wall. We've been able to fight them off. Nothing grand scale, but I think they're just assessing our defenses before they send in the real danger.
Probably right.
You're right.
Good news is Menzo's on our side now. Meet some of their counselors and ambassadors.
He will. The city and guard are looking very timid and nervous. Not offensive, just really nervous, and they'll simply nod towards them like, I hope we all can benefit from joining together, and that we'll see what happens. Is there anything else you guys want to do?
Well, if it helps calm you down, you should know. While we were down there, we did take out one of the higher-ranking members of the Forgotten Army.
He looks energized, but he's like, really? Then perhaps there's still luck on our side.
Luck always has a part.
So he will lead you away from the gate and back to the stronghold of Glimmedir. And as you guys rise through the staircases and tunnels, you eventually get back to the major halls of the stronghold. And as you're making your way through those halls, you get closer to like windows and doors that kind of lead out the outside. You all of you kind of feel this or smell the smell of like burning campfire smoke reaching your nose. And as you pass one of the windows that kind of look out into the common city of Glimmedir, you see off in the distance like dark, smoky clouds that kind of hover over the forest treetops. And on that, I think that's a good spot to kind of call it a night.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it looks like we got our work cut out for us.
Oh, yeah.
I think we need to get some more keys because I'm pretty sure it's the only reason y'all beat what's his face.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
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 oh.
That's right.
That was fun.
That was
There was a
great.
lot of role play, not too much combat, but I had fun.
Me too.
Cool. Does anybody have anything or questions or anything while we're on, or anything they'd like to see more of, less of in the next couple sessions?
I
Oh,
would
that
like
was great.
I would like to have my whip.
Yes. You know what? Let me do that right now. Otherwise, I'll keep